What the fuck? I really wish. Oh, that's messed up. There it is. Right, I'm just trying to find the link so I can share it on Discord easily. I could just do that on here, but it's just that it's a bit more complicated than that. Plus, I don't know what I'm doing on this live stream, so yeah. One second. I still haven't got my other computer here, so push notifications are off on Discord on your phone. So I know. I intentionally have them off. Now nobody's watching. I was the only one watching myself. Okay. Here he is. So, like, I just want to explain a couple of things. I've got a couple of problems with making new content, especially just recently. Essentially, I was. This is the timeline of events. This is how everything happened. You know, I was super bummed out. I was super depressed. I reached a new super low, and then I house sitted for my mother, and I was getting back in the groove of actually like making videos. I recorded a few videos there and stuff, and then I got super super COVID. I got COVID. It was actually just fine, just normal COVID. I got COVID. It was fine. Well, it was COVID, but it wasn't. I was sick. Um, yeah, everybody keeps saying it's like, wow, it lasted a really long time. Isn't COVID supposed to last like a couple of weeks? Like, isn't that the whole thing? And even then, I was basically like super duper sick for like a couple of days, and then the rest of it, I was mainly just tired and gunky and headachy and hot. It's like I wasn't super duper sick. I was just like really, really not being able to breathe that much. I'm trying to make it sound like it's not that big of a deal, but yeah. Anyway, that was like 2 weeks, so that was like a week ago. I'm fairly 100% better. Like, this. I think it was Wednesday that I was basically better. I just kept having a little tickle, but otherwise I was fine, I think. Um, but yeah, I just I have been completely unmotivated to do stuff. I keep finding excuses to just like not do stuff. Besides the only thing that I've really done that's kind of like been semi productive is kind of like the AI stuff. And even then, I kind of don't feel like that's being super productive, if I'm honest. Despite basically like I've done all of the pictures and stuff. I was gonna, on my own time, I was gonna put some of my pictures through the AI and stuff. But otherwise, everything that's been like coming out of the AI, um, well, video wise, you guys haven't seen yet because it hasn't been. It takes a while to upload all of the AI stuff and to organize all of the files so that they can actually be put on Discord. So all the video files that you've seen on Discord, that is not even half of the video files, the video clips that I've been making. I cannot put them on YouTube. At least I can't put a lot of them on YouTube. But um, like most of those are essentially requests from other Discord like things in which people like donate just like a couple of quid so that I can actually afford um, the subscription. I was introduced to like Super Grok. That's where I've made the videos. And if you haven't seen the videos, then you aren't on Discord, then you won't know what we're talking about. But but yeah, like I had access to Grok, and then my ex, she basically has Super Grok. She doesn't use it, so she gave me her login so that I could actually use it. Um, and then basically she decided not to like renew a subscription, and she's gone with a different model. And this model is very restrictive in what it does, basically, because she doesn't actually use it for that, and that's completely fine. And like I was given a free pass, but the thing is that like I wanted to continue making the little video clips because I was halfway done with the stuff that I had uploaded, that was like strictly my content and stuff. And I was like, fuck, well, I want to finish my gallery off and have a little video clip for each one of these pictures. And yeah, so I went and I paid for, like, I was going to pay for a month, and so far I have paid for a month. And then basically I started getting requests from a couple of Discord servers that I'm in, and like just continued to just like make the videos and stuff. So I've been semi-productive. Like that's kind of, I know, not really, but yeah. Like yes and no to this uh to this thing. It's like I'd still think that there's some production here because you have to know what to prompt. You have to basically you it you kind of like you only get like so many attempts to get this one thing right. So like figuring out exactly how to word something, how to how to phrase it, how to try to talk the language of the AI is is actually very hard. Otherwise, you end up with just the same thing over and over and over again, and like it's not like I'm trying not to call out certain people, but there's like there's some people on certain servers and stuff. I'm like not my buddy from, not BBM, not Blue Blower Mike, not him. Um, like I'm trying to think of somebody that you can relate. Like there's I'm trying to, maybe Steve or something that basically just gets the same thing. It seems to be getting he seems to post the same thing over and over and over again. And it's like the same guy, same character, and that's just what he's into, and that's fine. That's completely fine. But it's like that, I would say, is kind of uncreative, you know. Whereas like you can be more creative with it. You can try to get it to do more things. You just have to try to figure out like exactly how to word it and stuff. Well, again, some people, and again, there's nothing wrong with this, but there's like some people really like certain stuff. I've even noticed with the people that basically ask me to do stuff, it's like they do want very similar stuff. They do. Everybody wants very very similar stuff. Everybody's into a certain thing. They want to see that thing continuously until they get desensitized from it and want to look at something else. That's just the way humans are. It's like I get it. I totally get it. You know, sometimes it does get a bit boring. I'm sure some people are kind of bored with like some of my stuff. I totally get that. Totally okay with that. Um, yeah. So that makes sense. It's like some people are just very into that. That I'm slightly more varied. I think at least I'm slightly more varied, but that's only because, like I said, I do requests. Like unless the guy looks exactly or kind of very similar to me or is me, it's like that's somebody's request. That's somebody's ask. That's somebody's like they've uploaded something to me and said like, could you maybe do this to this picture? That's like, yeah. Um. So yeah, it's like it's a thing. It happens. Uh. So yeah, that's basically what I've been doing, and it's gotten to the point where yeah, I have gotten. Like, well, I'm trying to think of what else I've been doing. It's just that there's a couple of things I've just not been doing, um, and I haven't been filming. And the main reason for that is that my camera's broken, so can't really film anything new. Like, well, my phone, as you know, my phone is kind of busted. the The problem is not with the actual camera itself; it's with the screen. The problem is with the screen of the phone. When it's on camera mode, if I click like the button to take a picture, um, or I click on the record button to take a video or something, it pokes somewhere else on the screen instead. It doesn't actually poke. Yeah. It makes typing very difficult as well sometimes. Sometimes it's completely fine and super nice and awesome. But yeah, it's kind of like my old phone, like my old camera, like this thing. Problem with this thing, this is where the picture's coming from, by the way, because they're all on here still. The problem with this thing is that it will have a moment where it will ghost poke the phone, like it will just poke the screen. I won't be poking the screen. Nothing will be touching the screen, and it will just randomly, just like a ghost finger will be on the screen. It is busted. It's an old device. Um, Whereas this has a connectivity issue. It knows that something is touching the screen, but it doesn't know where it's touching it all the time. like sometimes if you're consistently poking like the same buttons, like with typing, then it will figure that out somehow, and then it will basically I can type, you know. Um, but if I'm trying to just like poke a button to turn on the camera, it will think it will poke somewhere else on the screen. You know, it's not like the old phone. There is no ghost finger. It only does this sometimes when um yeah. But this means that the camera is completely unusable because it will randomly poke the screen somewhere, which means that it will actually like it could change a setting as well at will, and it's just yeah, it just I can't use its camera, you know. I still have one camera, but this limits my like shooting ability, like single camera and stuff. Like this thing is still working, but the problem with this thing is that its camera isn't so super good, you know, and I can't rely on things. You know, I need another camera just in case I want to film something that like yeah has like a backup shot, and I also can't use that as a phone. So yeah, I need a new camera, but I have no money, so I can't actually get a new camera slash phone. So yeah, it's a thing. Um, I just see fat round dudes from your Tumblr. Okay, it probably doesn't help that he uploads like 30 images at a time on a daily basis. How many do I upload, dude? how many do I upload? I mean, it is my server, you know, and this is where I'm documenting everything. Oh, by the way, some of the video clips are actually quite big. They're only like 7 seconds long at the longest, but some of them are huge. Some of the files are huge, and they can't be compressed onto Discord. It's very irritating, but yeah. The only reason why I'm not uploading everything as I'm producing it is because I have to edit out all of the weird, freaky shit, and also because some of the files are just too big. So yeah, that's why they're in a random order sometimes. So yeah. Um, BBM, balloon blower mic, uh, parrot hobbit, parrot hobbit. I think I don't know. Um, this is a request, but I only see the AI stuff while going through Tumblr. Did you put any Wars Club stuff in? Oscar, I didn't think. I thought you are against AI and stuff. I thought you were anti AI. Anyway, oh, he already answered that. Never mind. Do you know how much repair would cost? My phone, I have no idea. Um, I can't afford that anyway. So yeah, seriously, I, 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 I'm supplementing like any money that I'm getting is basically is going to my bills. You know, like any money that the AI video stuff is generating is going to go to paying for the AI generation. So yeah. Um, you have far more variation. It's well, I can see it's pretty much the same. Like I keep getting the same requests, just with different pictures. You know, that's kind of how it works, though. It's like somebody will send me a picture and say, "Can you make this picture? Like, can you do this?" what you did to that picture to the this picture. And it's like, okay, or can you make a video like this with this, with this picture that you did for this, for this video? And it's like, it's that's how comes they're very, very similar, Plus, there's also limitations as well, because again, even when you pay for the product, then it's like you only get so many tries to get it. Like I said before, you only get so many tries to get it right before you run out of tokens and stuff, and you only get like 100 or 200 like tokens a day. So that's 100 or 200 like video clips a day that you can make, which doesn't sound that many, but if you think about it, I make like at least 10 variations off of a single picture. Like I kind of like made a hard limit of like, I'm like, if I upload a picture, I'm only going to try like 10 videos, unless it's really, really tricky. I'm only going to try 10 times to get this right. Otherwise, it's going to eat into the rest of the pictures I want to put through the thing. So yeah. And even then, sometimes I end up going like 15 variations and all of that stuff. So it's complicated, it's annoying, and yeah, it's like every video, like I think I already explained this on Discord, but every video that I upload to Discord is at least, represents at least 3 or 4 variations of that video that didn't make it, that weren't passable, or just boring. Sometimes it does that. Sometimes you ask it to do something and it will try. You can see where it's trying, but it doesn't get there because it's slowed down time. It's like, just I ask it to, it's like, okay, like make a guy lay back and stretch out his tummy. Just, lay back and stretch out his tummy. And it will basically be like, he'll smile, look at the camera, like give it a cheeky wink, all in slow motion, and then begin to raise his arms, and then it will just stop. It's like, fuck. It's like, fine, like do it rapidly, and then it will just happen too fast. And it's like, okay, fine. It will look amazing, by the way. That's the thing. Like the Super Grok like video programming. I wish it'd make longer clips, and they do say that they are going to make it so that you can actually vary the times of how long the videos are and stuff, the video clips are, but they are aiming for just a quick kind of like meme shareable video file, and it's very hard to do that if it's more than like 4 or 5 seconds. So it's amazing that they got like 7 seconds and stuff. Some of them are quite long, so yeah. But yeah, like I said, it's like all of these tries, they all look amazing, and it doesn't artifact so much as on SuperGrok. And SuperGrok is kind of like, it won't straight up show like sexual content, but it will sometimes accidentally do it. And it's hilarious when that happens. But if you basically ask, for like, somebody, 2 people humping each other, it's like it will be like, no, can't do that, sorry. But if you ask it, it's like, okay, 2 people looking like they're humping each other, it's like, yeah, it will actually try to actually depict that. And sometimes it's very realistic, so yeah, it's very funny. Yeah, so yeah, I can't get that with any other program, it seems. And yet I have seen other people, again, I've seen it. I've seen, I've never been able to actually find anybody that can actually tell me where I can actually get the 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 not safe for work kind of like AI video generator programs and stuff like that. Sora is amazing. I've seen a couple of Sora videos that are amazing. There's a guy on Instagram that basically like posts a few videos, and they're really good. They're like really good. They're just two guys talking, but it's really nicely done. And yeah, but I know that they won't be able to do more than just talk. You know, it's like they can talk, they can hug, fully clothed. But Sora is incredibly prudish as well. Sora's the one I use for pictures when I make pictures. Um, and Sora basically, yeah, it's like any time where there's more than 50% of skin showing, under some clothes, it'll be like, nope, can't do that. Sorry, that's nude. It's like it. He's trying to pull his shirt down. It's like, yeah, but it's like it. He's naked. It's like, no, he's not. He's not naked. So yeah, it's funny. So I'm going back up the chat because I've talked over a lot of stuff. You have far more variation. That's where I was. I just read somewhere that every Sora AI vid costs them about $5 per video based on fur costs. Not based on server costs. So every Sora, yeah, but you can actually get free videos from Sora. Like I don't pay for Sora for pictures, for picture generation, but like I know that if I didn't want to make any pictures that day, I could make at least one video. I don't know how long it would be or what kind of quality that would be, and I've kind of wanted to try it, but I just that I haven't really like I didn't want to just give up making pictures with Sora, so I haven't done that. But yeah, the last 2 months I kind of just don't care anymore. Okay. Somewhat realistic. They're okay. They're pretty. Like I said, the ones I've seen are pretty good. I still find it funny that when AI got here, everyone had a bitch fit, but now you barely hear complaining. So complaining, I still hear complaining, like a lot, just a lot of bullshit. Oh my god. It's like somebody actually complained at me about the like huge environmental costs and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, uh, servers. That is just like computer complexes. Computer server complexes. Like all of them. That's a problem with all of them. We should shut them down, I guess. But then, like, computers won't work. Then the internet won't work and stuff. And it's like, uh huh. Yeah, but somehow with AI it's worse. It's like, yeah, that's computer progress. If you look at all of the like research and stuff that they've done to actually like hook up, um, like what I'm I'm trying not to be a like a I'm not an anti-environmentalist. I give a crap about the environment. I do, But like, what's to say that the progress that we're making with AI is basically like not going to contribute to better environmental technologies and stuff like that. Plus, all of the major companies that actually use AI, that build AI and stuff like that, have pledged to kind of like offset their carbon like footprint and stuff. It's I know Microsoft had a huge deal with that. Like, again, I researched this stuff. I had to research this stuff because people were bitching at me about it all the time. So like I tried to come up with like what I tried to come up with. I tried to look into all of the you know, all of their arguments to make sure that like they're not lying to themselves. And I'm sorry if this is gonna like cost me more friendships or whatever, but you are pretty much lying to yourselves, and some of the reasons that you're giving are stupid. I'm sorry. It's so dumb. But yeah, I've heard all of the bitching and stuff like that. I don't believe about the whole training and stealing and all of that accusations. That's kind of like not what it's doing, and I've already gone over that in previous streams of like how that's bullshit. So yeah, it's so dumb. Like anytime you use a filter, you're using AI. Like people forget that AI editing technology in the first place has been around for ever since editing software has existed. So yeah, it's dumb. Oh my god. There were quite a few people on social media that were like, yay, now we won't have to pay out artists for art. Yeah. So as an artist, like I don't care. You know, I'm not worried. Um, you know, it's I mean, I am already fucked, so basically it's like like there is a reason why I don't care, but also it's like there are people out there, like the majority of people out there, to prefer to actually like see or deal with or talk to an actual person about their art, you know, and that's fine, you know. It's like I don't really see anybody buying art anyway. But then again, that's just me again with like my bullshit sub story about like nobody wants to buy my things. So yeah, I do have art commissions that I have to get on with. Fuck. But that's another thing I haven't been doing recently. But that's mainly a situational thing. Like the workspace that I've got is just not there at the moment, so I can't actually do that. So yeah. The server cost thing is an issue, but so is driving a car or using plastic utensils, that sort of thing. But like I said, it's like any time that like computers need servers or like a server farm or whatever, like whenever there's a large server complex that is needed, it's there's I mean that's an incredibly power hungry thing. So like whatever the server's being used for, and these servers are needed for lots of other things as well. It's not just AI. That seems to be the weird thing. It's like, yeah, there's like supercomputers and lots of servers and stuff opening up all the time. It's a big deal. It's like, I don't know why people are focusing mainly on the AI servers. It's like it just like, this is the cost of computer programming progress. It's like this is the cost of progress. And there are plans to basically like offset the environmental costs of this progress. It's like, that's just the way that humanity has been progressing. I just don't understand why people want to stop the progress. Especially again, since AI, like one of the reasons why a bunch of companies are actually putting a bunch of money into AI is because they could solve a bunch of problems. They're already solving like a bunch of problems, like doing simulations and like actually producing like environmental simulations, fluid, like a bunch of fluid dynamic simulations and stuff like that. They do this, they give us the results. We then basically know where to put new wind farms, new tidal technology, tidal generating technology. That is amazing. Like, because I had to research this stuff, I found a bunch of like new advances that we've been making in tidal technology. That is incredible. That's going to be amazing. Like, I've always been a huge fan of like the underwater turbines and the like wave machines, the wave dissipating machines and stuff. This thing is incredible, and I can't wait until basically they actually like sort this out. AI is helping with this. AI is helping with this. It's like, this is gonna solve a bunch of power generating needs, and also because they take away like the waves, because they dampen the wave technology, the wave technology. They actually dampen like storms and stop storms from forming. At least like the flooding and all of the like all of that, they dissipate all of that energy before it gets to the shore, because they harness the energy and stuff. Battery simulations, they like AI has already come up with a bunch of like really interesting new compounds, ideas for like storing this energy as well. There's It's incredible. Like, I found all of this out, by the way, by researching what people were saying about how AI server farms and stuff are super bad. I found all of this out. It's so dumb. Anyway, have you seen the self-driving cars? No. I kind of was super hopeful for self-driving cars because I fucking hate driving. Like, and also cars are expensive, so yeah. So yeah, I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be so cool. I mean, like, it's gonna be even better, especially since like self-driving cars are gonna be the norm, you know. So like, we won't have to deal with it, in 2050. That would be awesome. I mean, I'll probably be dead, but it would be like they would be driving around. Nobody would be allowed to drive. Nobody would be allowed to cause accidents and stuff. And all of these cars would be super safe, and they'll just be everywhere. And they'll all be electric, and it'll be awesome. You could just sit in the car. Have you seen Upload? Sorry. If you've seen Upload, then like they have self-driving cars in that, and they're really good. They basically have like the mini living rooms, the mini lounges. Basically, you just get in one, and like it just seems so nice. It's so nice. Anyway, yeah, I think all the bitching is just the art generation. again, the art generation stuff is just, yeah. I've gone over why already about this in another stream. I feel like I covered everything in that stream. So yeah, which is the least impressive part of it. Yeah. Also, I'm tired of all these companies putting AI in everything. I do kind of find that irritating. I do kind of find that with advertising, I find that incredibly irritating because I have TV on in the background. I have YouTube on in the background. Um, YouTube is really, I'm sorry. I know I'm broadcasting on YouTube right now. I'm sorry, but like YouTube is very, very kind of like is getting a bit out of control with its censoring everything and restricting everything. One of the reasons why I haven't been able to upload videos for a while has been because YouTube is doing this, and I haven't found a new place to to send my videos. So yeah. By the way, this vid, it seems to work intermittently, mostly not work. I actually managed to make an account there, but this has been months now, and every time I try to upload a video, it just doesn't want to because it's too busy right now or whatever, you know. So yeah, but yeah, the adverts on YouTube. That's what I was talking about. God damn it. Yeah, the adverts on YouTube. There's a bunch of them that are just like AI made templates that somebody just like literally typed, here's the assets of my company stuff and here's the logo and stuff like that, make me an advert, make me an advertisement, and they do it, and it's just like it's the same thing. It's really annoying. It's some of the music is terrible as well. It's like, ugh, so lame. Ugh. But yeah, I could see why. Oh no. I was really tired before. I actually laid down, tried to have a nap. It didn't work. Yeah. So my body cannot complain if it didn't want to go to sleep. My body can't complain because I honestly fucking tried. Okay. So yeah. Yeah. In things as well. The AI in things, putting AI in everything is kind of like, I feel like this is a weird trend that's going to go away, but at the same time, I also feel like that I'm going to be wrong about this. That it's going to be rebranded as something else. I feel like it's going to get rebranded as something else, just so that people will, lay off of it a little bit. Instead of AI, it'll be called something else, like like the synthetic assistant, the SA, or something like that. It'll just be like I said, it's going to be. I feel like it's just going to be rebranded, called something else, and then it'll go quiet for a little bit, and then slowly build up as it gets better. So yeah, I feel like that's what's going to happen. Ugh. But yeah, until then, like we have to wait until everybody's super sick of the AI assistants and chatbots and all of that stuff that all of the companies want all the time, So yeah, this bit barely works for me. Like I said, it doesn't work at all for me. So yeah, I need a new video hosting website that basically doesn't give a crap. I I wanted. I actually wanted I have a friend who like came into a lot of money, like he inherited a bunch of money, and like he was actually going to like start a website, and like one of the suggestions that I made to him was that you should just make a competitor to YouTube. You know, and allow anything on there except for obviously, like illegal content. No, but allow everything on there. Have an age verification thing, like an actual one. Um, and if people complain about, it's like, but but children can still get access to like credit cards and IDs and fake IDs and all that stuff, and it's like that's not your problem. But that's not your problem. Just allow anything on there. Just like, yeah, as long as it's marked as like super duper adult content, or like um uncomfortable situations or something, just as long as it's labeled as all of this stuff, then just have that. It'll be awesome. you know even charge like a premium rate for kind of like something, I don't know. So you don't have to deal with sponsors and advertisement and shit, and like it'll be great. That would need servers though. That's the other thing. That would need servers. But yeah, I mean, he's been thinking about this and other things. So yeah, he's like, he's not going to pick my idea. It's really annoying, but whatever. I should have come up with like a proper pitch, but yeah, whatever. Hopefully it does go away. Again, the AI that's here is definitely not going away, but I feel like it's going to like be advertised less, is what I'm trying to say. The advertisements for like AI being in everything is going to go away. I'm trying to think of a good example of like something that's happened. It's kind of like that's a bit too old. I was going to say it's kind of like search engines, how they were advertised everywhere. Like it's like use AI, use Ask Jeeves and use Bing and um, use DuckDuckGo, and like these places were being advertised for like was it was it 2010 or something that we kept getting use Yahoo, all of these things. Basically it was like there were ads for these, like internet ads everywhere. Make Google your homepage, all of this stuff. It was just like there was just so much of this, and they didn't go away. Some of them are still around. And yeah, I've even gotten an advertisement for not Ask Jeeves. It was like there was one for Bing and there was one for DuckDuckGo. Basically, I've gotten a recent advertisement, but they're not. It's not the same. It's not the same level of like, please fucking use our search engine. You know, it's like they're not going to go away. They're going to still they're going to still perfect it. They're going to still like use it and stuff like that. It's just that, like I said, people are going to get sick of it, and that it's going to go quieter. It's still going to be happening, but it's going to go quieter. And like I said, I've got a feeling that I'm either going to be super duper right, and this is going to happen, or they're going to rebrand it as something else. It's essentially Siri. Like what? It's already been rebranded. AI, like Chat GPT, has already been rebranded. It was essentially Siri, but yeah, I mean it's crazy. My butt's falling asleep already because I've been sitting in the same place in the same pose. Oh god, no! Shut up. Thank you. God. Right. You can't put Pandora's box in a cage. Well, you can, but it's like I mean, it's a cage. Like, you want to put a box in a cage. Try again. That doesn't work. What? But that doesn't. Sorry, I thought it was Panda Fox that said that. I was like, like Panda, you what? Yeah. You don't need to add another analogy on top of that analogy. Pandora's box is a box. It was actually a jar. Not going to go into it. But I mean, you basically can't close Pandora's box once it's opened. That's the analogy. You can't put another one over it. It's a box. You just close the box. But this is an unclosable box. It's I'm moving on. Don, could you not laugh at me? Could you not laugh at me? Like, I'd already said that he's not going to pick my idea. It's just that, like, if I had a ton of money suddenly, that's what I'd do. And vid hosting is expensive as hell. But what is the beginning of the story, Don? What was the beginning of the story? Like, he came into a fuck ton of money. He's just come into a fuck ton of money. Enough to actually, like, produce a new website, to basically make another Facebook. Like an early Facebook, not like what it is now, but like to get in on producing a YouTube competitor. Like, he has enough money to do that. Like, that was the beginning of the story. Like, I know it's expensive as hell. He has the capabilities. Just whatever. Oh, that's it. I thought there was more chat, but it stopped. Yeah. Have I been on for nearly an hour? That does not feel like nearly an hour. Yeah. Oh, the trading card game simulator keeps crashing on me. To be fair, I do have a fairly epic store. So I can understand why this computer that's like down one of its fans is a bit struggling. So yeah. Like I said, like I was just saying, Panda Fox, like, yeah, it's when I'm playing, it's like when I've played like a day, and then I've learned to save, like, at the beginning of the day, in the middle of the day, at the end of the day. Like, I've learned to do that, because it's very frustrating when you've been playing like 3 days in, and all of a sudden the game crashes, and you're like, oh fuck. no. It's like, no, I've made so many improvements. Oh my god, my store is gonna be garbage. I'm gonna have to do it all over again. I have to actually like drop it for a day to actually like an actual in real life day before I can actually play it again, because I don't want to go and do everything all over again. Get up, yawning. Oh, so yeah, and like I said, it's the store that I've got going. I'm at around about coming up to where I was when it crashed, for the first time before, and I only have unlocked more customization options, and also the game's updated. There's a couple of new features that are now available and stuff. Also, the storage racks are not double-sided anymore, so I can actually put them up against the wall. And I think that's it. Oh, you've got a scanner now. However, I don't use a scanner, so I haven't bought it to actually like find out if it's any good, because like I literally look at the shelves and see, at the beginning of every day, I literally look at the shelves and then restock the shelves to make sure that I don't run out of product ever. So I make sure that they're fully stocked up every single day. Like the shelves are the storage shelves are fully stocked up, not the shelves in the store, the storage shelves. So if there's any gaps there, then they'll be solved here before the actual shelves. And I've not sold out of anything for a long time. So yeah, I don't actually use the scanner gun. So, but now now you've got a scanner gun, so that's cool. But yeah, I think it's because they added a bunch of stuff that I don't use, that I'm supposed to use, and that's why the game has been crashing. Like it's every other playthrough, and usually every every second day of the game, sometimes it will crash. Like that seems to be how it's working anyway. But yeah. Like your guys' store is still there. I was gonna play a bit of that like tonight, but I'm kind of feeling like I just wanna drink, play on the computer myself for a little bit, and then yeah. Oh, go to bed. So I can't get this thing out of my head. Somebody basically told me like there is a clip. Somebody sent me a clip, and it's does anybody watch The Boys? Does anybody watch Gen V of The Boys? But yeah, there's like superpower serum in this universe, in The Boys universe, called Compound V, and like there's somebody sent me a clip because they wanted to they really like this one character for some obvious reason. They really like nerdy scientist guys, right? And there's like a scene where like somebody tries this superhero serum stuff, and like it's actually like four scientists all try this superhero serum stuff, which is hilarious to me because like they know it's unstable and yet they all want it so they can try. No, not him. No, this is in Gen V. Apparently, well, I've seen the clip. Apparently, I've actually seen this clip, but that basically they get this serum that turns them into superheroes, and they all get it because they're all eager to try the serum, to test the serum on themselves, because they think they've perfected it. And also, one of the side effects is fucking immortality. So of course there's huge incentive to actually try this, but it's unstable. And spoilers, they all fucking die. But they all die. Apparently, they all die in ways in which they were about to get superpowers, but their bodies can't handle it because they're supposed to be born with superpowers. They're supposed to be like injected in utero or whatever, and then their bodies could adjust and adapt to it as they grow. As opposed to just suddenly getting superpowers, because that's bad. Anyway, the point is that they're all going to get superpowers. So these four scientists, they all die horribly, and like they're all kind of like glasses wearing, lab coat wearing, like scientist guys. Like one of them vomits blood and then passes out. He's basically like, he just seems to leak just blood. Like he's vomiting it, it's coming out of his nose, it's coming out of his eyes. It's like he is just leaking fluid all the time. I have no idea what the superpowers, but I've been trying to figure out what everybody's superpower was supposed to be. There are a couple of them that it's really obvious what their superpower is going to be. But this guy and one of the other guys is a complete mystery. I have no idea what the compound was supposed to be trying to do to make them a superhero. And that's why my brain is so fixated on this, because I don't get it. It's really annoying. What was it trying to do with this guy when he vomited up blood and then pooped out blood and then peed out blood and then cried out blood? He just seemed to leak blood. Was he turning into a liquid and then basically going to was his superpower going to be that he could turn into a liquid and then turn into a human again? I don't know, but essentially he's dead. Right. What is the second guy? The second guy, something similar happens to him, only it's more obvious. He starts to melt. Like he gets a bit of the blood that this guy vomited up, like off of his cheek. But when he does that, like his cheek slides off of his face, and he starts to scream. And then, as far as I know, he just kind of like melts. Whatever. I'm guessing like he was actually going to turn into a liquid and then be able to turn into, back into a solid again, or be a blob that could move around and stuff. Like it doesn't matter. He melted and died. The third guy is what my friend was basically very interested in, and this guy, I have no idea what his superpower was supposed to be, but he's a slightly heavier guy. Again, scientist. He's a slightly heavier guy, and his belly swells up and then bursts. Like his guts fly out. He falls to the ground, tries to get his guts back in his belly, and dies. I have no idea what was going on there. That one just doesn't make sense. Oh, another guy catches on fire, like he spontaneously combusts. Yeah. And the last guy, there must have been five. The last guy, he has tentacles coming out of his butt, like that are part of him, but they come out of his butt, and apparently it's very painful. And he writhes around on the floor, and the guy that set himself on fire spontaneously, like eventually causes a big explosion which kills everybody. So it's like if anybody survived whatever, you know, that was happening to them, basically, like they're all dead now. So yeah. But it's just like I said, like I can understand the guy the guy that spontaneously combusted. He's got super flame powers, which is going to be super cool, but his body wasn't designed to deal with spontaneous combustion because he hadn't grown up with learning how to control this ability. His cells hadn't grown up like developing flame retardant materials and stuff in them and stuff. Yeah, like I said, the point is that like they took this superhero serum and they all were going to get superpowers, but their bodies just weren't ready for them. However, the guy that vomited up blood and the guy that just randomly exploded, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand what were their powers? Like, I can't figure it out. It's in my head and it won't go away because I can't figure these ones out. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, it just seemed to have two very bad reactions. Like, I've been trying to figure out the explosive guy. I've been trying to figure out, it's like maybe he was like growing a new organ, you know, somewhere in his abdomen, and it got too big, and like it's just his skin ruptured. I'm guessing that's the thing. The new organ would have done something. I wish I could. I have been weirdly obsessing over this ever since somebody showed me this clip. I've been like, okay, been on the the boys wiki. I've been like trying to find stuff on Reddit. I've been looking through message boards. I can't find any information of like okay, like there must have been like a file on each of these guys, presuming that like they weren't all their remains weren't all too badly burnt from the fire. But like there must have been a file in the universe on all of these guys. What was in the file? I want this file. I want this report, you know? It's really annoying me. Really annoying me. I tried to find it. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. Like I have no idea what's going on. Like yeah. The comic is stupid. I have real hard time trying to find that, and like, you know, the comic is stupid. Yeah. Like I read synopses on what happens in like some comics and stuff like that because there's a character in Deadpool that I really liked, and I basically like I used to read the synopses of comics, you know, the footnotes of comics and stuff like that. Because I can't actually like read an actual comic book. It's too irritating trying to figure out the exact sequence in which you're supposed to look at some pictures, because some people want to get super artsy with their ordering of the way that the panels are and stuff like that, and it's like, don't do that. I just want to watch. I just want to read and watch and look at the art. Stop it. So yeah, but yeah, there was this really cool character in Deadpool, and I really liked him, and basically like, yeah, it was it was annoying because I had to find. I found out later on that they had like more stories, but trying to find him in in reference material is impossible because I couldn't find synopses for him in the previous iterations of the Deadpool comic because they hadn't made synopses for that. So yeah, am I sitting on my nuts? Yeah. So yeah, doing that for the boys, it's just like I'd rather not, you know. I'd rather not. I couldn't find anything anyway, like I said, on any of the synopsis websites for comic books on the boys, on that particular story arc, line, whatever, like what this is a reference to in the boys is like, yeah, I couldn't find it. But granted, I didn't look for long enough. Like I said, I looked at the wiki, I looked at like message boards, I did look for links on these things for this information, but yeah, I just couldn't find out. It's been bugging me. It's really bugging me. There are detailed descriptions, by the way, on the wiki for all of these, for this scene and each individual in this scene and exactly how they die. However, the descriptions don't say what the serum was doing to each person. It just shows, it's just a novelization, a more detailed description of what was happening on screen, So yeah, it's just these two guys. I just want to know what happened to these two. What exactly happened to these two guys? What were the autopsy results for these two guys? I just want that. I just want that file, so I can just basically it can get out of my head. Because at the moment, it's a problem that needs to be solved in my brain, and it's so dumb that that there's a part of my brain that is super fixated on trying to solve this issue. Like I said, the only thing I can think of for the blood puking guy is that like his cells just dissolved. Like he literally, whatever power that he was gonna get was basically just too much, and his body just rejected like the conversion process, and he basically melted and gooped from the inside. Like that's the only thing I can think of. Like it just basically failed completely in him, like I can't think of a power in which this would have been the outcome. It's like it's dumb. And as for like the exploding guy, I'm just guessing about the extra organ that was building inside of him. So yeah, it's like I just don't know if that like I can only guess what that can do. I just need to like pick an exact thing and fixate on that instead of exactly what this organ that was in him was going to do. I just want to know if anybody had any theories. I'm not going to just show you the clip, but yeah, I don't know how I would do that without having to look it up again and watch it again. I've seen it too many times. I'm trying intentionally not to look at the clip again, so that because I've seen it too many times, and it's somewhere in my head is playing. It's like it's so dumb. I wouldn't say I'm disturbed by it, by the way. I wouldn't say that I'm like traumatized by it, like I was with the Loki thing. You know, I'm more kind of like it's more of a puzzle that my brain just can't figure out. It's more like there's no answers. So my brain's trying to figure out the answers. My brain likes to solve weird problems like this. They're usually more mechanical than this. But if there's like a thing that I've seen that I'm like, oh, I've got to figure out how this works, or I'm not going to be able to sleep. It's usually because there's some kind of like problem, something that needs to be solved. You know, it's like when I watched the Phantom Menace for the first time, and we actually saw what a Nubian hyperdrive looks like, and it's like they had that big piece of really cool machinery in this room, and it's like that's the whole hyperdrive. But for for like a whole day, I couldn't really sleep because I was trying to figure out. It's like, is it a field projector? Is it a component of the hyperdrive? Like, surely it must be a component of the hyperdrive, because that can't be the whole thing. Because hyperdrives are huge. Hyperdrives are huge. These huge things. It's an engine, for fuck's sake. Hyperdrives are massive. It's like, this is a big component of the hyperdrive. This is basically a thing that is like a field amplifying device. It's the heart of a hyperdrive engine. It's not actually the engine itself. But like I said, it took me forever to try to figure out exactly what certain parts of this thing were and what they could do and why they're shaped this way. And it's like, if in case you didn't know, the Nubian hyperdrive is actually like, it's about the same size as my shed, only it's a lot thinner. And it's got this kind of like explosive kind of like patterning to it, paneling to it on the outside that's incomplete, and you can see like very complicated machinery in it and stuff like that. And it's like I said, these are all connecting points for like electronics and for like fluids or gases or whatever. And basically, like it all combines and swirls around this central point, which is, like I said, like it's a field projector. It projects a field either around the ship or in front of the ship or behind the ship to basically like open up hyperspace, to which is what they travel in when they're actually traveling in hyperdrive. See what I mean about like the mechanics of things? This is what my brain likes to do. It likes to figure out shit like this. And like I said, this is a very biological problem, but it's something that my brain is fixated on. Oh my god. There's a prequel that has blood manipulation involved. Well, Gen V, which is where this clip is from, like the main character is a student that her whole thing is that she can manipulate blood. She's a what do they call it? It's a thingy romancer or something. Oh my god. It's like orthomancer, hemomancer or whatever. Anyway, that's her whole thing. It's like she's the main character of Gen V. I tried watching Gen V when it first came out because I did watch The Boys. I used to like watching The Boys. But it became kind of like the last couple of seasons were a little bit overly preachy and dumb. It became a little bit overly preachy and dumb and very obvious, and just like I said, it was irritating, and it was rubbing me all the time, and I just so I was mainly just like, okay, in every single episode there has to be one gross thing and one funny thing. If I can find these things, then that's cool. And I mainly kept watching it for that, and not for the story at all. But yeah, although I did like this one character that basically that was a bad person. I really liked them, and I don't know if I'm going to spoil it, but basically they're dead, so it's like I don't have to worry about it anymore. It's like it's a thing. It's okay. But yeah, Gen V is basically set on a university campus that was run by the big company that is in The Boys. And yeah, it's a superhero academy kind of thing. And it's all from this one character's perspective. And she's a woman that basically can manipulate blood. And oh my god, it just seems to be a gross out fest. Like with the boys, it's basically like there's one shockingly gross, gory death or whatever per episode. It's like there's at least there's one really shocking thing, or it's really gory, or it's both, or it's like yeah, per episode. You know, the rest of it is kind of like is kind of like a dramatic story tension building kind of situation. So yeah, whereas Gen V is like it's like it's trying to be gross. I mean, right from the get go, like that blood romancer person. She uses her period blood as a weapon or something. Like right off the bat. It's like, okay, whatever, but it seems like and it gets worse and worse. Like it's like there was like 4 or 5 really gross things happening per episode, and it was like, yeah, okay. I it seemed to be just really, really over the top. Um, Also, it's even preachier uh, than the boys is. So yeah. Plus, it didn't have any of my favorite characters in it. I really like is it Huey? I can't remember names. He's my favorite character, but yeah, I really like that actor. That actor played that actor is Boimler on Lower Decks, but I really like him. Um, so far in everything I've seen him in, he's been awesome. Including the boys. Like I really like his character in the boys. So yeah, but yeah, he's not in it, so I don't care. Yeah, I used to really like Carl Urban as well. I used to really like Carl Urban as well. He's in it as well. He's Billy Butcher in it. But I mean, he did his character did kind of like it got grating in the last, like I said, the last season got a bit grating. So yeah, I don't know. What I really enjoyed, and I know I'm just repeating myself, but I really enjoyed Thunderbolts. I rewatched that recently, and I really enjoyed that. I don't know why. I do. Like the whole Romanov family, not the not the Tsars, uh, but the Romanov family. Like uh, Black Widow's sister, and and her dad and her mom, like all of these characters. Like I really like them. I really really like them, and they're in well, like the dad and the sister are in it. They're in Thunderbolts a lot. So I really like that. So yeah. Of the whole duality thing it was going for at the end with Sentinel was really cool to me. And like Sentinel, I kind of don't give a shit about him. I actually don't give a crap about him. You know, like there's one really cool fight scene that he's involved in, like, but like his whole mystery and stuff it wasn't that big of a deal to me. It was like it was all very predictable. It was kind of annoying, in fact, how predictable that was. It was how everybody else dealt with it. It was like her actual genuine affection, her genuine empathy with him was the whole deal for me. You know, it's 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 her kind of like yeah, like I kind of, like I said, I didn't care about him at all. I thought his whole story was kind of dumb. You know, it's like the actual Sentinel, you know, from the comics and stuff would have been a lot more fun. Like, but they wouldn't have explored the other characters better if they didn't invent all of this bullshit to go with it. But yeah, it was a whole thing. It was a whole big deal. It's a whole big deal. So, yeah. Oh, and I also like the guinea pig. I like how she basically like kept the guinea pig. You know, I didn't like how she kept killing people. I know that's part of her job and stuff, but it was like I didn't like how she like killed the scientist. Well, the scientist killed himself. Well, the scientist killed another scientist, and then kind of killed himself. Like I I didn't like that, you know, but I did appreciate that she didn't want that to happen, you know. So there was that. But yeah, I really like her. I like Yelena. I really like her. It's so weird because I've seen that actress in something else, and with her natural accent and stuff, and it's like I hate that. I hated her in that. Well, I didn't hate her. I don't, I, don't- I just I didn't like her in in whatever it was I saw. I can't even remember what it was, but I just remember not, you know, like kind of almost not noticing her and disliking her. If I didn't dislike her a little bit, I wouldn't have noticed her. But yeah, but yeah, the but her character is is cool in my opinion. You know, is kind of justified. I don't know. It's like she was really good. Like I said, I didn't like the Black Widow movie. I like the fucking family though. I don't know how I deal with this situation. Like that movie was garbage. However, like the characters were awesome. You know, so, so I love the Red Guardian. I love the fake mom. You know, I love the and I love the sister. You know, kind of give a crap about Black Widow herself. Sorry, you know, but it's like it's they have such so amazing chemistry. I have no idea why it's a thing, you know. But yeah, and I love how they basically like the mum and the dad, they kind of like pick up like they pick up their chemistry straight away. They kind of like and they kind of like still have genuine affection for each other. Like it's so cute. Just the whole like he's not insulted that she named a pig after him, you know? And she even kind of like grabs does she grab his butt or does she look at him in like a turned on way or whatever after she says it's like you've gotten fat or something? It's like, oh, I like that about you. It's like I want to play with that. It just seems very, very playful and fun. And it's like it's so weird. I love them. I love that. I love those characters so much. You know, it's so annoying. Yeah, I don't know. Right, I've talked way too much about like basically nothing. I've been on for an hour and a half. Um, Yeah. By the way, my computer. I'm gonna go on another tangent. I'm so sorry. Is my light gonna die? It's not flashing yet. I feel like it's just gonna turn off at random. Wouldn't that be freaky if it turned off like now? Yeah. Yeah, my computer, by the way, I had like a random scare a couple of days ago, where my computer. What the fuck? Oh, okay. Yeah. Where my computer like did a thing where I just started it up. It didn't update. It wasn't after an update or anything. It literally was just one day I turned on the computer and it just was on the new super like Windows 11 or whatever it's called. I swear we've had Windows 11 already. Am I on the wrong number? I feel like I am. Yeah, and yeah, everything was gone, and it was all bullshit, and I had to log into everything, and all my settings were gone. And I honestly thought, honestly, I spent nearly all day trying to log back into things and tried to start stuff and everything, and then I found a setting that was on my computer that was basically like a slidey thing, and it was like start with start your computer on restart, start the Windows 11 preview. And I was like, right, I'm turning that off. I'm restarting the computer. And when I came back to the computer, I logged in, and it was just everything was normal again, like normal. However, the next day, my computer wants me to update. It's just the automatic thing. When you turn off your computer, sometimes there's a little tiny circle there, and you click on it, and it basically is like update and shut down and stuff like that. And normally I just click on that, but I haven't done it since, and I feel bad about it. Like, what's gonna happen if I just don't click on it like ever again? Because honestly, it jump scared me. Well, this ruined my day. I honestly thought I was fucked. Yeah, like I was in real trouble here. Like, so yeah, like I don't know. What do I do? Should I just like not update it ever again? Should I just keep it like this forever? Yeah. Speaking of not jinxing things, I know I keep talking about new things. It's so annoying. Um, yeah, like I don't think this is going to happen because it's been a couple of days now, and this has gone nowhere. But I got randomly headhunted for a job, and like it seemed to be really good pay, you know, like and stuff. And then they stopped talking to me. So yeah, like I got really excited for like 2 minutes. Then I remembered what happens when I get excited. So yeah, it was basically just a producer's job, being being a producer, then a production manager, then like actually like running the whole operation. So yeah, I'm not gonna get into what it is. I'm not. So yeah. Well, scam. What were they? What were they trying to get out of me? I don't know how it would be a scam. Basically, they didn't ask me for anything. Anyway, yeah. SSN. What? Well, they didn't get any personal information, just professional information. So yeah. What is SSN? In the US, your SSN, social security number, right? Okay, yeah, we've got national security number or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, you get it on a card, and like you're supposed to memorize it or something. But like, I literally have never seen it used for anything. Like, it's not on anything. It's like it's nowhere. It's like my card. I'm not even sure where my card is. So yeah, I don't I've never seen it. I've never been asked for it. I've never it doesn't it's never been a thing ever. Like, it's so weird, once you come of age, you get things like your passport, you get like your national security card, whatever. You know, you get like you get access to like a bank card and stuff or whatever. You get to a certain age where you get all of these things. Usually, get them all at once, right? And it's part of that process. It's like, you are now in charge of your birth certificate and your passport and all of this stuff and all of your, yeah. And like I said, I was given also my card, and I was told that this is a very important thing. I've never needed it for anything. No, it's never been a thing ever. So yeah, don't know why this is a big deal, but yeah. Yeah, like they didn't ask for any money. They didn't ask for any personal information. Um, yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't even know my real name. I'm pretty sure they don't even know my real name. So yeah. Either one of my real names. Like, this seemed to be a genuine job opportunity, job offer. But yeah, it was like I said, like 2 minutes. 2 minutes, I got my hopes up. Yeah. Ooh, actually, let me just. I don't really need that on my screen if I'm not playing a video game. Like, I'm not telling you what they said, but like it was fairly positive, um, and stuff, and they were not. They're worried that they were going to give me money and then I was going to disappear. And I said, I'm hopeful this is real. Yes. And then they say a moment, and then I said, getting less hopeful. This was like a day between like them saying a moment, and then I said, getting less hopeful. Like, there was a whole day between these messages. And then they said, "Hey, very sorry, we've got a family member visiting," and I just said, "Sure," and that was like 12 hours ago. So yeah, pretty sure that's not a thing, but like all of the conversation we had before those messages was incredibly positive. So yeah. But you can see where you can see almost the moment in which basically like my 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 whatever little hopes that I had basically were like, yeah, crushed and gone and thrown away or whatever. So yeah, I'm just rambling now, so I'm gonna go. Yeah, I mean, like if you want me to stream or you think I haven't been around for a while or whatever, you are allowed to poke me. I just want to point that out. Like the reason why I haven't been streaming recently is because kind of like A, I didn't think people cared or gave a shit anymore. Um, and B, I just haven't been really motivated because, like I said, I just didn't think anybody like gave a crap. I have been producing content. I've been active. I've not like disappeared. So like I don't know. Oh, in case anybody's watching this on playback, because I'm pretty sure none of you guys care about this, but on things like Grommer and Chessable and all of that stuff, like I am still uploading pictures and stuff, but I haven't been answering messages, mainly because I got randomly kind of just like yelled at and talked at by a couple of moderators, and I'm just like, just I'm just like I'm not responding for a little while. I just I do not want to deal with that crap, to be honest. um so yeah, like if in case you're wondering, if in case you basically are like trying to contact me on any of those apps, I haven't logged in, you know, like this thing that sends all the pictures out everywhere, like this device is still connected to those accounts, but like I said, I haven't actually been like I haven't logged in on my computer to answer messages or anything, which is how I normally answer messages, um, for like a week or two now. So yeah, it's a thing. Because I accidentally it was on Chessable and on Grommer, because I accidentally put a picture in the wrong place, or one of my pictures got flagged for like inappropriate content, even though it was completely safe for work. And I complained. I complained. I basically pointed out, like, like I'm not nude, you know, like I'm I'm following the guidelines. I don't understand why this picture is like has been I've been yelled at by an automatic message that I could have my account suspended or removed if I do this again. Um, and B, it's in the correct place. It's not a naughty picture, you know. Um, so I said that on Grommer, and got a rude message, basically like that was telling me that it was my fault that I hadn't correctly moderated my content and my pictures, and that this has been put on my personal record, and they thanked me for my cooperation. Yeah. And then the same thing happened kind of on Chessable. Um, and when I might have moaned at somebody like that sent me a message, not knowing that they were like hired or were part of the Chasuble team or whatever. Um, and they basically like yelled at me, like, well, yeah, they talked at me for a long time about how I should like that I should be respectful. They're like 20. I don't understand. It's like I no, like I've never been talked at like I'm a child like that before in a message in message formed, in message forms. Um, yeah, that was just like it. Like I said, it just I got a bad, I got bad attitude from one place, and essentially just a really bad taste from from another place, and I've just been like, I'm just not. I'm walking away. I'm done with you guys for a bit. So yeah, like for all I care, they can take down my accounts. I honestly don't give a crap. you know. Um, but no, I'm sure like I feel better about it. I am already kind of like it's already kind of like left my system a long time ago. Um, it's more of laziness that I haven't done anything. But once my picture folder gets full up on one of these places, then I'm gonna have to log in to fix that. So I will answer my messages eventually. But like I said, if anybody's watching this on playback that is trying to contact me on Grommer or on Chasuble or like like Phoebe or Popspace or whatever, wherever I have an account, if you're trying to contact me there on those places, I am very, very sorry. But like, try to contact me maybe on like Discord or like Facebook or wherever else that you have me on Instagram, whatever, you know, because like I'm not ignoring you. I'm not logged in. So yeah, this is why I'm getting tired of this community. I forget that you can't sometimes see the eyes rolling or the eyes moving so much with the lighting in here. I'm really sorry. My light is busted. Got a camp light. Yeah, I'm not blaming the whole community. It's literally these like 2 or 3 guys. It's yeah. Just, some people are dipshits. Most of them aren't. So yeah. Anything anybody else want to say or ask me? Now is the time because I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say it's getting cold in here, and then I'm gonna like 10 minutes later from now, I'm gonna be like, it's so hot. Oh my god! Stop yawning. I think it's just because I'm talking. I think it's just yeah. Yeah, Patafox. It's just like every community has some buttholes. What are you gonna do? You know. Oh my god. My finger got stuck in my beard. I could just pull it out, but I wanted to separate those hairs. There we go. Yeah, I got really dry mouth. Okay. Oh, I fell on my wrist or something. I didn't fall out of a chair. I stopped myself from falling out of a chair, and I fell on my wrist or something. It really aches, and I keep forgetting that it's hurting. So yeah, belly rubs. I'm sorry about the lighting. Maybe I can move the. See the cool light. Oh, it's got 2 dots left. That's good. But yeah. Where am I going to put it? Just like have it there. Have it like there, you guys. That looks worse. But belly rubs, belly salute. Don, I'm literally leaving. I am literally leaving. You must have missed something. Oh, God. There we go. No, I was trying to get out of. I was just getting up out of a chair, and like, you know, like I was tilting in one direction, and to save myself, I just, you know, like put my hand down, on something, and all of my weight got transferred into like the wrist at that moment, just unexpectedly. Like it would have been fine if I just eased into it, but like suddenly everything was on my wrist, just on like suddenly on my wrist, and it was like it really hurt. Well, ever since then, it didn't hurt at the time. It was just kind of one of those things of like oh crap, you know, like. And then later, whenever I've been, you know, getting out of my chair or like, you know, like doing my elevated push-ups or whatever, like it's just been like really, it's been a bit achy. It's been noticeably hurting, but not like an incredible pain, you know, just kind of like a dull pain. I don't know. Yeah, like see, it's fine. It's just that whenever I put weight on it, it's like I'm like, huh, it's just been hit by a hammer. Why has my wrist just been hit by a hammer? Weird. Okay, doke. Right. Yeah, like I said, I don't know when I'll be streaming next, but I'll try to do it again. But if you basically like if you miss me so much, when you say it, huh? Whatever. I've done that before. Yeah. That was weird. Yeah, because I hadn't heard from you, dude. Like I hadn't seen like you like respond to anything or like poke something for a little bit. You know? Whereas I had been posting a lot, so anyway. Pushing buttons. Yeah. Wind warning. That's helpful. So there's a warning alert thing on my computer. It says wind warning just issued, and then basically when you hover over it, you find more information. It like I was expecting it to give me more information, and it gave me the temperature and the wind warning, and it was like, anything else? I mean, you know, normally when I click on it, it will give me like you know, it will open up a tab to something that actually like gives me like a satellite map with the radar and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna have to click on that in a bit because they're sometimes important. because you know we get tornadoes and shit. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm hitting the button. Toodles. Oh, I hit the button twice. Apparently, if you hit the button twice, it doesn't go away. You have to hit it once.